Hi everybody, Brent Jones, New Home Source Realty. How are you? Hope this Facebook Live is coming through. Anyway, wanted to ask you a couple of questions for you to possibly consider. Would you consider moving from your current home if I could find you the perfect house? Would you consider a move up to a bigger, better house? Close, something that's more in mind to your perfect dream home if I could help you find that. So let's consider those two questions before we get started. Click notifications, follow me, like this video, and comment below. All right, so let's talk about your current house. So you've been there for a few years, and kind of like anything else, kind of like when you got a brand new car, you loved it, but then after you drive it for a while, you find some of the little things about it that kind of drive you nuts. Same thing with a house. So you like the house, you love the house when you got it. It was much better than where you were. You've been there for a few years, but you know what? All the kids don't actually have all their own separate bedroom. Wouldn't it be great if they could all have, if you moved into a bigger house and each kid could have their own separate bedroom? The master bedroom was never big enough, but you liked everything else about the house, so you just tolerated that. But really, wouldn't it be nice if you had an actual master bedroom suite instead of just the kind of cramped master bedroom that you have now with your king size bed and your dressers and your end tables, and y'all can barely even walk around in it? Wouldn't it be nicer if you had a bigger, better master bedroom? What about the master closet? Hey guys, wouldn't it be nice if you could actually have some of your stuff in the master closet instead of down the hall or out in the garage like where she's got your stuff now? What if you had an actual real master closet that y'all could actually share? She's still going to get 75%, but at least your stuff would be in the air-conditioned part of the house for a change. That would be nice. Your neighbors. So you never really know when you buy a house what your neighbors are going to be like. And after a couple of years, you know, your cordial relationship has kind of spiraled downhill. And maybe with all this COVID, they're not going into work anymore. And so they're home all the time. And who knows what they're doing. They're picking over your fence because they're bored. They don't have anything else to do. Maybe they start drinking around noonish or so, and that's just getting old for you. Maybe it's a time for some new neighbors. And the schools, you researched the schools before you bought the house, but maybe the schools haven't worked out quite as well as they have either. Maybe the teachers aren't exactly what you had in mind, or the activities or what have you. So would you consider, the opening question, would you consider a move up to a bigger, better dream home if I could help you do that? So let's talk about how the market is and how some of the numbers will work if you were to sell your existing house and move up to something bigger and better. First of all, are you aware that you probably have more equity in your house right now than you ever have before? Why? Because the market is good. People are moving to Texas from all over the country, and we've talked about this in other videos before. People are moving to Texas because where they're currently living, they don't like the politics, the taxes are too high, limited opportunity, the weather is bitter, and they're tired of cold winters. And I say that when we just had one of the worst winter storms. I was born and raised in Texas. I've lived here all my life. We just got through with one of the most bitter winter storms we've ever had. It got down to -2 degrees here, but it's 50 degrees today. It's going to be 60 degrees tomorrow, and I think it's going to be in the 70s. So we don't have the winters that the North does. But whether it's politics, taxes, opportunity, or weather, people are throwing up their hands and they're moving south. They're moving to Arizona and Florida, but they're moving to Texas in droves. So everything is supply and demand. Limited number of houses and an ongoing growing demand. You have more equity in your house right now than you ever have before. Part two, interest rates. Interest rates are still ridiculously low. They are at historic low interest rates. So when you have low interest rates, you know that gives you more buying power. That means you can qualify for more home than you ever have before. So you've got a lot of equity in your house that you could use to pay off some debts and use for a down payment on your bigger, better next house. And you've got low interest rates, which gives you more buying power. So those combined give you a lot of buying power. Now, how can I help you with this? You're gonna say, I can already read your mind. You're gonna say, Brent, now if we put our house on the market, it's gonna sell in 2 days, and then we're gonna be living out of the trunk of our car. let's do this. Let's go consider where you might move. I have a program. Of course, I'm a realtor. I have access to the full-blown MLS, but I also have access to houses that are off the market. You tell me where you would want to be. You tell me the subdivision, the school district, the area, whatever. I will spend my hard-earned money to go and contact homeowners that are currently in that area and see if any of them would consider a sale. And then we can chat with them. This would be houses that are not currently market on the MLS that we could consider going and talking to the seller. So I have access to the MLS, but I can also have ways that I can find houses that are not on the MLS. And let's just go find where you would want to be, and then we can put your house on the market and sell it in 2 days, hopefully, as long as we price it correctly and it's in decent condition. So this is a limited opportunity. What do you want to call that? A window of opportunity that's going to close. It's not going to be like this. This is a perfect storm where you've got lots of equity, low interest rates, high demand for houses. What other cliche can I use? We need to strike while the iron is hot. So you have a limited window of opportunity. This is a perfect storm and you need to strike while the iron is hot. I could come up with some other cliches, but let's talk about it. Let's think about it. Contact me, direct message me, inbox me. Let's talk about it. I can actually even send you a calculator link where you could plug in your own values and you could see how much house you could get, how much equity you've got, what you could do with that equity, how much home at these interest rates you could qualify for. This would be your great opportunity if you've ever wanted to get out of where you are and get closer to that dream home that y'all always wanted, that bigger, better, nicer house, more square feet, newer, better school district, all the kids have their own bedroom. This would be your opportunity. So let's at least talk about it. Contact me, direct message me, inbox me. Let's chat. Brent Jones, New Home Source Realty, 214-649-4528. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.